You just made fun of the fact that those are easy ones. You know who probably thought they had an easy game last night? The Lakers, because they were playing the Hornets.
Nice segue. Hell of a segue there.
LaMelo leads his team. Look at that. He's still angry about the All-Star situation. A 197 victory for them. It is nice. LaMelo Ball finished with 27. He had the dagger with 14 seconds left. LeBron James finished with 26. He missed 2 3-point attempts, though, before that buzzer. And Austin Reeves ejected from this bad boy. Yeah. So the misses for LeBron. He's 0-21 on game-winning tying shots. That's since 2020, by the way. Should he take those shots?
Yeah, he's LeBron James. Again, those numbers are a little glaring, and you obviously want him to come up clutch. But he's LeBron James. He is their guy. You're going to live and die with him taking those shots. And again, it's going to be any certain person's night, any given night. It's going to be Reeves' night one time. It's going to be Luka's night most nights. But that's the luxury when you have a LeBron James, when you have a Luka. And again, it's going to take time, too. It's not just going to happen overnight. These two losses, the fact that they've lost to Utah and Charlotte is not the start that they want. But again, even if Luka was in Dallas right now still, he missed over a month. Like there's going to be natural rust where he doesn't have his legs. He's going to be inefficient.
2 months, basically.
Yeah, he's
almost.
His shots are going to start falling. They're going to get better, but this isn't the start they wanted. To lose 2 to Utah and to Charlotte, but if I'm the Lakers, you live and die with LeBron James taking those shots.
So let me get this right. Never mind, I'm going to let it go.
No,
I'm going to let it go.
By all means.
You just asked me, am I well? But now we're talking about the Hornets. And I don't get it. But anyways, listen.
You have to live with those shots.
I said I was going to let it go.
No, that's like my wife feeling like, I need to talk to you about later. No, tell me now.
You've already started
Listen, 0-21 in game-tying shots, but outside of that, he's been shooting the ball a lot better in the later years of his career. So I take LeBron James shooting these shots, even when you have Luka on his team. I'll take that. And last night he was the best player on the floor. You got to allow him the opportunity to shoot that shot.
And it's not like J.J. Redick's looking at, drawing up a play, and they're like, you know what? LeBron's 0 for 21 on game-winning shots since 2020.
Don't you dare.
Don't pass him the ball. No, it's LeBron James. You're going to give him the rock.
God, that would be amazing if he did. It's like the stats say. Luka finished with 14, 11, 8 assists. He also had 6 turnovers, by the way. And after the game, he basically took the blame, said there's a lot of rustiness. You just mentioned he was out for almost 2 months. How long does it take, though, if you're gone that long to get it back?
I think health-wise, it's going to take a while, let alone a new system, a new coach, a new offense, playing with LeBron James, who's used to having the ball in his hands. And it's going to take time. I think even if he's fully healthy, it's going to take time. Now, do I think that they were going to lose to the Utah Jazz and to the Charlotte Hornets, 2 of their 3 first games? No, I didn't think that. I think it's going to take some time just to kind of develop that chemistry, to get comfortable, know where you're supposed to be in certain sets and learn the terminology. It might be different from Dallas to L.A., but he's a generational talent. He's going to figure it out. They're going to get better. But again, this takes time. And who gets the ball here? You're kind of passive. It's the honeymoon stage, right? You're kind of feeling each other out still. So it's not the start they wanted, but I do think they'll end up being a lot better.
Well, the question is, it's going to take them some time, but do they have time? They're in a great position right now.
They're in a good spot.
But we know this thing can get slippery really fast if you start losing these games to the Hornets and some of these teams at the bottom of the league right now. He's going to have to figure it out really, really fast. Like you just said, he's a generational talent, but they're going to need him to start rolling immediately for them to stay in the position that they're in.
Here's the thing, though, too, with the Nico Harrison stuff and Dallas and all that, where every time anything goes not perfectly, I think, people are going to be like, oh, maybe that's what they were talking about. So the Hornets were hunting him on defenses. So are we going to, every time he does anything, go, oh, maybe Dallas had a point?
That's always been the case. You're going to try and put him as many actions as you can. You're going to try and put him in pick and roll. It's the same thing as when you play the Nuggets, right? You're going to try and make Jokic work on both ends of the floor.
She's so curious right now.
I know. I was like, what's happening back there?
There's also music just blaring in my ear. That's what you have to do. And that's the scouting report. When you play against Luka Doncic, you have to make him earn it, right? You have to make him. You can't just let him coast. You can't just let him sit back and give you 50 on the other end. You have to put him in action. You have to put him in different kind of looks. And he's got to be used to that. But they were doing that in Dallas. This isn't anything new.
It's not that it's new, but it's that it was one of the flaws that was pointed out specifically, and so now everyone's going to go like, oh, you know what? Maybe they didn't even notice. Maybe some people didn't realize that because they're so enamored with Luka, the player, that now they're going to notice these types of things. Not that it matters to
They're also
him.
probably thinking at least he's playing, like Anthony, like you know
Also
what I
that.
mean, like
Also that.
he's available.
It's going to go on forever.
Yeah.
Lou
But they are looking at that. Like right now, the Lakers fans are like,
course.
look, see, Anthony Davis is already
Told
hurt.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And now the Mavs fans are watching the Lakers like, look, they lost to Charlotte. It's going to keep going for a long
for the
time.
rest of our
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
Lou, Mark Williams was out there, 10 points, 9 rebounds. Of course, that's his first game back.
The revenge game?
Since this, the revenge game we had. Good for him. Who are you mad at here? If you're Mark Williams, are you mad at the Lakers? Are you mad you got traded in the first place? Like, where are you?
Yeah, you got to start at home. You're gonna be upset with the team that even wanted to trade you. You know, you can't be upset with the Lakers because they traded for you. They felt like you had value.
Yeah.
They felt like you were gonna
Fair.
be able to help them push this agenda forward. And so you're not mad at the Lakers. You're upset with the team that traded you. But you got to get over it. You got to be a pro. You got to be a professional and go out there and do your job at the highest level that you can possibly do it. And put your personal feelings aside. And he's been able to do that. You know, 10 points and 9 rebounds in his first game back in. From what, injury and trade,
Yep.
which is
Drama.
a hugely unique situation because I've never seen that happen before, where a guy gets traded and then he goes back, and then
Game is-
yeah, then his first game is against the team that was supposed to be
Well
traded.
worked out.
But he played well. But all in all, you'll be upset with the Charlotte Hornets for that.
And yeah, like Lou said, this is a unique situation where the Lakers, they wanted him. They gave up a lot to get him. And then obviously with everything that's happened in medical, and you see these guys, the Zions, the certain injuries where it's a risk. The Joel Embiid's, you don't want to get stuck with that after giving up so much, right? So he's exactly what they needed. And I think it's just more awkward, right? Like you're going, like even for Dalton
Yeah, I agree
Connect,
with
like
that.
you're going back, it's like, damn, these guys literally just tried to trade me. Now I'm just supposed to like play tonight, and like even
Act
though
like
like you
nothing
thought I was not going
happened.
to be here, like it's definitely a little uncomfortable. But that'll fade and that'll go away and it'll get back to normal.
It one day will be normal. I think it's funny that somebody asked LeBron after the game what it was like, seeing him, which I thought was an odd one because he was like, we never spent any time, so there's nothing.
Seeing Mark Williams.
Yes, to see Mark Williams after this trade debacle. But he did have a poster dunk on him. And once again, I'd like to remind everyone who has not been paying attention, LeBron is 40, still doing it. It's almost like he's, after the dunk contest, it's kind of rude. I think he's doing that on purpose.
It's ridiculous. And it is funny, like this dude Mark Williams, he flew to LA. Like he was out there, so like he
All
was,
a mess.
he probably like went to like a film session, went to like a shoot around, went to a practice, and then just all of a sudden now, and the first game back is against the Lakers. Like you can't make this
can't
up.
make it up.
You can't make this up. But no, I mean, we talk about LeBron and his greatness and his age. Some of the highlights though, they're ridiculous. Keep
Yeah, it's
getting
kinda
better and
silly.
better.
It's kind of silly. Do you have anything you want to add, Lou?
Nah.
Amazing. That is how you do TV.
Well said.
We're going to take a
We got
quick
shoot around
break.
starting.
Something's happening. We love that. And Beach trolling. I don't know how we got here. And Pat Bev with words when we come back.
Run it up, run it back, yeah.